Hi, my name is Richard Large and I'm from the Blueworx development team. Today I'm going to take you through a demo of our new web UI. When you first load up the web UI in your web browser, you will be presented with this login screen. As you can see at the top of the login screen there are three links: Home, Documentation and Support. Documentation takes you to the documentation pages on our Blueworx website, and Support takes you to the support pages on our Blueworx website. Before we log in, it's always possible that you might forget your password. If this is the case, simply click on the Forgot Password link. You'll be asked to enter your email address here, then click on the Reset Password button. Once you click this, you will be sent an email, including a link to change your password. So, let's log into the web UI. There are various actions that you can perform when you first log in. You can click on Applications, Phone Numbers, Cool Features, Documentation, Support, and Account. You may have also noticed that some new links have popped up on the navbar at the top. Applications, Phone Numbers, Cool Features, and Account. These go to the same places as these links, but they're persistent throughout the whole of the web UI to allow for easier navigation. Applications are application definitions, which generally consist of a URL along with a few other parameters. Phone numbers are numbers that you can dial into and can be attached to applications. Multiple phone numbers can be attached to the same application. Cool features are features that you can attach to applications, such as TTS or voice recognition. You can attach multiple cool features to an individual application. So, let's go to the Applications page. As you can see, you're presented with a list of all the applications that you have. You can search through all of your applications here and here by name and phone number. You can type all or part of an application's name. For example, if I know that I have an application with cinema in the name, I can start typing the word cinema, then hit enter or press the search button. As you can see, this shows my Cinema Times app. You can clear your search results by clicking Clear Search. The table that you are presented with is sortable by various columns. In this case, it's application name, active calls, and cumulative calls. Click it, and it will sort it. If you click it again, it will sort in the opposite direction. Sortable columns are indicated by the arrow here. You can also choose how many results to display on each page by clicking here. Let's change it to 5. As you can see, this has paginated the results, and you can navigate between the pages here and here. So let's add an application. You can add an application by clicking the Add Application button at the top right of the page. There are various fields to fill in here. The application name is the name that you give your application and makes it much easier to find in the future through searching and sorting. So let's call it Demo. You can also enter a description if you wish to go into further details. Now enter an application URL. This can be hosted on an HTTP server, or you can have it on your local file system. We'll use one that's hosted on our HTTP server. Now you have to specify the application type. As this is a voice XML application, select VXML. You have now filled in all the fields necessary to create an application. So now click Save. This application now appears in our list here. You can view applications that you've created by clicking on their name in the list. As you can see, all of the details that we entered earlier are present. If you wish to edit the application, click on the Edit button up here. You can also delete applications that you've created. Click on the application, and as you'll see, there is a Delete button at the top. So let's click that, and a dialog box pops up confirming whether or not you want to delete the application. This application's pretty useless, and I think we want to delete it, so let's click Delete. As you can see, that application has now disappeared from this list. Let's take a look at managing phone numbers. Click on the Phone Numbers button, and you'll see that a table similar to the Applications table is presented. This works in exactly the same way as the Applications page. Let's add a new phone number. Click on the Add Phone Number button here. Enter a number to dial into. This can be a number or a string as we're using SIP. You can also enter the maximum number of calls into this phone number at any one time, or specify -1 for unlimited calls. Let's say that this phone number can only accept 5 simultaneous calls. At this stage, you can also specify an application to attach this phone number to, meaning that when you dial into this phone number, it will go to the application that you've specified. Let's attach this one to our demo application. Now hit Save. You can see that the phone number has now appeared in this list, and you can also see that it's attached to our application. This takes immediate effect, meaning that when you call into any Blueworx voice response system that's connected to this Blueworx Resource Manager, you'll be able to reach your application without having to restart. Now let's take a look at call features. Again, the layout of this is similar to applications and phone numbers and works in the same way. Let's add a call feature. Enter a name for your call feature and add any further details into the description. Now you need to specify the type of call feature. The currently available features are TTS and ASR. When you click them, new options will appear. We're creating a TTS call feature, so let's stick with TTS. Enter a value for the keep session parameter. This can be true or false. For further information on this parameter, please see our documentation. Enter a locale for your call feature. This determines whether or not this call feature is used based on the locale of your application. This can use a regular expression if you want to, so if you want to capture all English language applications, simply enter en_.star. Now you need to specify a URL for your call feature. As this is an MRCP version 2 call feature, you'll need to specify a SIP URL. So let's enter a SIP URL. Now click Save. As you can see, this call feature has appeared in your list. Let's go to the Applications page and attach this to our demo application. On your demo application, click the Edit button and you'll see that there's a Call Features section here. If you click on this, a list of available features will appear. So let's click on our new one, and as you can see, it's now appeared in the list. You can add as many call features as you want. If you wish to remove that call feature, click on the X button here. Now click Save. When we're on that page, you may have also noticed that you can manage phone numbers from the application, as well as from the phone number page. As you can see, phone numbers appear here. You can remove a phone number by clicking the X button, and you can add a phone number by clicking here, and a list of available phone numbers which aren't currently attached to other applications will show up. These changes take immediate effect and don't require you to hit Save. As you can see, the old phone number of 5566 is no longer attached to this application, but 3456 now is. Again, this takes immediate effect, meaning that you can now dial into your application from the new phone number that you've attached to it. Now let's take a look at the account page. This allows you to manage users that can access the web UI. This shows all of the information about all of the users that are currently able to access the web UI. Let's add a new user by clicking on the Add User button at the top right of the page. Enter their first name, their last name, their email address, their phone number, and also determine their preferred contact method, email or phone. Now click Save. This user has now appeared in the list. Let's take a look at that user that we've just added. By default, users are created with no permissions. This means that they can't really do anything yet on a web UI. So, to change their permissions, go onto the Edit page. You can manage permissions here, and it works in a similar way to managing call features on applications. Most permissions have a View and a Manage option. View means that you can see the entity type, and Manage means that you can add, edit, and delete it. So, let's allow this user to view and manage applications. Now click Save. As you can see, this user now has permissions to view and manage applications. You can also manage details about yourself. As you can see at the top right of the page, there's a button that says Welcome Richard. If you hover over this, it will give you an option to go to My Profile. Here, you can see all the information about myself, including all of the permissions that I have, which happens to be all of the permissions. You can edit details about yourself by going here. Note that you can change all details about yourself, but you cannot change your own permissions. On this page, you can also change your password. Click on the Change Password button. Enter your old password, and then enter your new password twice for confirmation. You can view the password that you just entered by clicking and holding on this View button here. Now click Update Password, and your password will change. So, this concludes our Blueworx Web UI demo. I hope you found it useful, and don't forget to check out our website on blueworx.com and subscribe to our YouTube channel for future video updates.